Hey, welcome back to Score on Business. Remember to check out our website, scorenashville.org. Okay, our next guest is Dan Hogan, and Dan is the founder and CEO of Medalogix. They're a software company, and their software applies higher mathematics to clinical decision making, focused on reducing admission and finding appropriate medical care setting and similar types of decisions. Dan, thanks for being here.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah. So you've been in healthcare for 10 years, and you're now building a company that is based on using data in addition to other means to improve patient outcome. How did you go about realizing the need for this, and why is it so powerful?
Well, first off, I think that my story is no different than a lot of entrepreneurs in that I was working in an industry. I was in the home healthcare business.
Right.
And even back in 2008, 2009, the topic of hospital readmissions was really beginning to pick up some tempo.
Right.
And that was long before healthcare reform. And I got to thinking that, we're building all of this usable clinical data every day, taking care of the 500 or so patients we were taking care of. And it occurred to me that we should be able to use this data so that we can identify when we admit a patient what's likely to happen with that patient. And if there is a positive outcome, then that's great. We can keep on that track. Or if there's a higher probability of maybe a negative outcome, we can work to intervene and improve those odds. And that's really how I got started. Fate intervened a bit. I sold my business in 2010 and was able to focus on this singularly after that, and it has grown to where it is today.
Yeah, and so what I really heard you say is being visionary. You paid attention to all of the data points that you had and said, and also recognized with the advancement of technology, things could be better.
Yes.
And so now you're doing it, and it's like you saw big data before it happened.
Yeah, well, my value sort of ended at the idea. I very quickly went and got some very smart people engaged in this project, and they were the ones that made this idea a reality. And as of today, we're working with several of the largest home healthcare and hospice organizations across the country, and we're doing a really good job of identifying patient probabilities, and that aligns very well with the whole movement in healthcare today, the reform of the payment systems and where we're going as a healthcare system in this country is all aimed towards better outcomes, and so we feel like we're really well positioned to help support that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So when entrepreneurs get an idea, how can they get help to grow their business in your experience?
Well, I've grown my businesses here in Nashville, and so I would say talking about it and getting out there and asking people for help. In this community, people are very willing to give of themselves and their time. At least they were for me, and that's something I really value about being a part of this business community. Is that when I needed some assistance and guidance, I really could call just about anybody, and they'd have coffee with me or have lunch with me, and they would lend their insight. For the cost of a cup of coffee, I could get a lot smarter real fast. And so that is available to any entrepreneur in this town. And there are other resources too. I mean, I think what Michael Burcham has done at the Entrepreneur Center
and
Score,
the Tennessee Small Business Development Center. There are a lot of people will help you, and they'll do it in other places, which is what I've found. And what I've realized for me, and you realized, you don't have to know everything. You just have to know somebody who has expertise. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break right now. We'll be right back.